Yo! How's it going, folks? We're back on another Tuesday. Let me put this here now because I made a mistake, and let me fix this. Alright, we're good. We're good. Alright, so how have we all been? Music's a bit loud, I appreciate it. Music has been reduced. How are we all doing, folks? Yeah, that's a weird one. No achievements or trophies for Marvel Cosmic Invasion, yet oddly I'm happy about it. Alright, just so we're all aware, the itinerary for this week and next week. Thursday, we're doing the PC showcase. That's going to be showcasing. I'm co-streaming that as official partner. Next week, Thursday, there will be no evening stream. We're going to be streaming the Game Awards. It starts at 12:30 a.m. Friday. I know that kind of sucks for a lot of people. We're probably going to be live from around, give or take, 11:30, maybe 12. So that's when I'm planning to go live. And then we're going to stream all the way until the end of the show, which is probably about 3-4 a.m. in the morning like last time. Could even stretch into 5 a.m. This Friday, however, we are doing our community event where we will be playing the two games I've got in mind is Cosmic Invasion, which has no achievements, yay, and of course gonna throw in Dead by Daylight in case we want to switch things up a little bit. So if you have those two, they're available on Game Pass as well. Feel free to join me on Friday for that, Thursday for the showcase, and next Thursday night for the Game Awards. All right, that's with that stuff out of the way, and I will remind everyone again later on. So, how have we all been? There are achievements. Don't break my heart there, Ghosty. Why'd you have to ruin everything? So, Red Dead Redemption, it ends tonight on Xbox, has a huge discount, Red Dead Redemption 2. It's down to $14.99 if you don't have it. So, pick it up if you don't have it. If you have the 360 version, hold your horses. They're working with Microsoft. Byron, you betrayed me. You betrayed me. I thought this was going to be like the first game in ages that didn't have achievements. I was like, how did Microsoft allow this? This is amazing. And then you just ruined it for me. You literally ruined it for me. Now the game, from getting a potential 10 out of 10, it's going to get a 5 out of 10. Man, Sayori is so hot. So how are we doing? What bits of news have you guys come up with? At least we was on time today. Hey Steve, how's it going? Woodpit. It's been an interesting week though, hasn't it? With lots of little bits of news going around. Lots of tiny bits of news. There wasn't anything like major outside of the main topic about Steam going to PlayStation, which I don't believe it will. It just doesn't make any sense. But you got little bits of news like this, right? Like, you gotta be a special kind of stupid to post that, right? Come on. You gotta be really special. Honestly, I thought I had it. It might be in a box somewhere, Woodpit. I I know I played it. I just don't know where I played it. I looked online and it doesn't show that I've got it for either platform, but I have played it. I don't know if it was like on a. I don't know. It was on launch that I played it, so it's weird. I don't know where it is. I couldn't find it on any of my profiles, so I just ended up picking it up for $14.99 just to be safe. If I find it, then I'll refund it. But that offer ends tonight. But folks, what do you think of this this picture? Yeah, that just goes against Sony's complete philosophy of a closed garden. Had to make food, dinner at 8 o'clock, at 8:30. I saw this post. I, I saw this post and I was like, wait a minute. What are we doing here exactly? The PC Master Race wants you to think 60 FPS is better, but this image proves there is no difference. It's always dinner, mate. It's always dinner. No, it's not tea, it's dinner. You guys are just weird up north and in the Midlands. You guys lost vocabulary and wording and something. I mean, digestive biscuits are cool with tea. I'll give that. I don't like rich tea with biscuits. They don't dissolve enough. But yeah, it's dinner. It'll always be dinner. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. That is the way, for I have spoken. Do you know what? Considering you're in Scouseville, I kind of agree with you. You guys do have your own language. You guys don't even say you're English. I remember, I remember trying to argue with Scouser once. He was adamant that he wasn't English, he was a Scouse, and there was a difference. And I was like, you know what? Okay, you win. So I'll give you that one. You do have your own language. See, I told you. What about supper? The fuck? The bloody hell is supper? We're from the People's Republic. Do you know what? He said something similar to that as well. Like I said, you guys are a weird bunch over there. But I saw this and the guy was like trying to push this and promote this. It's so funny how stupid this person actually is. Media literacy is animal. Anyway. Red Dead Redemption. This is the original. If you have the original, you're going to get an update. And the update will provide you with all of these. Ultra PC settings, HDR support, remastered HUD, 4K 60 FPS, unless you're on Series S and Switch 2, which are going to be on 1440p. And you're also going to get Undead Nightmare, which is included, which I don't know what it is, but I'm guessing it's like zombies. For what? So, according to... Well, apparently... Here's the thing. I think Rockstar were trying to play a funny one and be horrible about it. But apparently, after the backlash that they've gotten, they did come out with this statement. Where they said, we are aware of an issue where Xbox players are unable to upgrade their digital Xbox 360 version. Digital. Red Dead Redemption to the Xbox Series XS version and are working with Microsoft to resolve it. Thank you for your patience. So it does look like it's only going to be the digital purchases of the 360 version and not the disc version. But that's the only news we have for it. Then, as long as Microsoft pays up, the digital version will get upgraded. This is for the first Red Dead, yeah. I don't think Red Dead Redemption 2 was available on the 360. Jesus, my heart skipped a second, Woodpit. Well, physical is going to be punished because there's no way to show that you own the game. It is not Play Anywhere. None of them are Play Anywhere. So, the Red Dead Redemption 2 is not, Play Anywhere. Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Microsoft still has work to do in that front. But Rockstar knows that they're going to release this version, then release another version like the Cowboy version, and everyone's going to buy it. Then they're going to release the John Wick version, and everyone's going to buy it. Then they're going to release the Horse Edition, and everyone's going to buy it. So, and don't forget, they're still like, the next generation consoles still come around. So they're going to release a version for those as well, so everyone can re-buy it again. I think the whole purpose of that Woodpit is to stop people trading discs. It's just money, greed. Hey, Orange. I think it's just all about greed. There's no way to prove that you actually own it. I can borrow my copy of you, plug it in, and play it, and I think that's what they don't want to do. That's what digital stops, right? Digital stops you sharing. Kind of. There are still ways to do it, obviously. But this is Rockstar. They like money. And businesses like money. It's what makes them go rich. You know? I'm not defending it. I'm just saying how it is. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 has a huge steep sale that expires today. It is £20 on PlayStation 5 and $15 on Series X. So if you have yet to pick it up, grab it while you can. I'm still sure I played Red Dead Redemption 2. I just can't find where I played it. That's on PC. Or is that on Xbox? Whatever. Is that for Red Dead Redemption 1 or 2? You're not answering. They're all at that price? Fair enough. Well, you can go to that website and pick it up for £12. It's on Game Pass? Let's see. Is now free to claim. Today is finally day. Red Dead Redemption makes its way to mobile and current gen consoles, but even better news, it's free to play for millions. First released back in this day, followed by the story of John Marston. As with many other Rockstar games, on December the 2nd, Epic Western Redemption will be available on the latest devices and with free upgrades, the ability to carry over game progress, and number of enhancements. The official Rockstar book reads. I don't think it's actually free. I think it's just a free upgrade. How to play for free. Those with a Netflix subscription, Netflix Games is available on PC and mobile, will be able to download and play Red Dead Redemption for absolutely free. Okay, it's free on there. The newest version of Red Dead Redemption is also free on PlayStation Plus, which is cool. That being said, if you already own the hit title on PlayStation 4, Switch, or digital backwards compatibility on Xbox One, you'll be able to get the upgrade digitally for free. So if you don't, then Xbox owners don't get it for free. Okay, so there you go. I'll just play through PlayStation Plus. I've got PlayStation Plus, so that's fine. Silent Hill 1 Remake will be on the Game Awards trailer. The Xbox app says that for a lot of games, and then when you go to boot it, you can't boot it. It's just a feature that they have, so you can download it, and then when you get home, it's ready for you to buy and play. So careful about that. But yeah, Netflix get it free to play today. PlayStation Plus users get it free. Xbox owners, you either have to have it previously or you don't get it for free. That kind of sucks. Xbox owners getting shafted. uh, that's pretty nasty. If I remember correctly, and this is me really rummaging my brain, was it the first one that started off on the snow, on the mountains, or was that the second one? That was part two. Because that's the one I played. And then you get to the caravan and stuff like that. And you stop at a little campsite and you're doing all the stuff. And then you can go around the whole of the mountainsides and do all these stupid side quests that you had. Especially the cabin in the top right hand corner, which was crazy with that guy that... Actually, I loved his accent. It was kind of cool. I know I've played it. I just, when I looked online on Xbox.com to see if I had it, it didn't say that I had it. But I know I owned it. I think so. He was in that little cabin all on his own. You went there looking for something. I don't know. It's been such a long time since I played it. I know I didn't finish it, but it's been a long time. Either way, I didn't want to risk it, so I picked it up. It was only $14.99 on Xbox, so why not? But yeah, if you have the first one, apparently they're going to help you. They're going to look to Microsoft to upgrade it. So that's cool. I wonder how much the first one is right now. Might just check in my local computer exchange for the first one. Get it on disc. Yeah, that is a cool way to do it. That is a cool thing about it. But yeah, hopefully this will bring some news for people. We'll hear something. What is £30 on Xbox? The original? No, wait, I saw it for way cheaper than that. Or was I not looking? That might literally be one of those website jobs. Almost got me to say it there, Steve. Almost got me to say it. You know I can't say it. Let me see. It just says, for me it says, this is weird. For me it says get GTA Plus included in GTA Plus. What the hell is, I don't know. What? So I guess I own the first one? Does this mean I own it? I don't even know. Weirdness. Weirdness. Choose edition. It just says, Red Dead Redemption for $24.99, Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2 bundle for $100, and then Red Dead Redemption included with GTA Plus. What happens if I click that? Oh, they want me to subscribe to GTA Plus. No, that's okay. So I do not own it. That's okay. Do you know what? That is fine. All right. Have you guys noticed how games are dropping off? They're being delisted. And everyone is immediately rushing to buy it because it's just been delisted, and everyone has to own it and whatnot because, you know, it's been delisted. And then everyone cashes out and buys every single digital copy available, and then the next day they relist the item. I'm starting to think that there's a trick here. Just putting it out there. I'm starting to think that there might be a little trick to this. I'm seeing this one too many times, so I'm starting to think that there's some shady business going on here where they know what they're doing. I don't know. You guys could let me know, because that sounds shady as hell. I'd have to look through my box to see if I've got it. So, Avowed is getting an update. But the full update, like everything else, has been delayed. Most likely for the PS6, PS5 release. But it has been pushed back from fall to 2026. And the update that is involved in this, you get a new game plus, photo mode, new weapon types, changing appearance in world, new character presets, more godlike feature presets, and many more. But yeah, this has been pushed back to 2026 now. It's just weird, Rachie. You know, they say, hey, we're delisting it, and then it goes, everyone just buys all the remaining digital copies, and then they're like, okay, it's been relisted. You know, we fixed the error, the licensing issue or whatever. It's all good now for the next 50 years. And everyone's like, but I just spent all that money and bought this, and I didn't even want it. I don't know, man. I feel like they're doing it on purpose. So yeah, this update apparently will include everything originally planned for fall, plus additional features that will make it our biggest update yet. Stay tuned as we head into the new year for more details on what's planned for Living Lands. Oh, really? I haven't seen any info on that. But did they say that's why they were doing it, or did that just randomly come out of nowhere? I feel like if they tell you why it's happening, it's fine, but if they don't, it's just shady. Good news, you finally finished the tutorial of Mondstadt going to Liyue tomorrow. Liyue is a good area. That's where you meet the awesome Zhongli. That was a really good area. there's a message. Oh, okay. So they kind of notified you it was happening, so people weren't going to go into a mass panic. But yeah, so for those of you that were waiting for Avowed's, update to arrive sometime soon, it's not. It's going to be in February now, from what it sounds like, anniversary. So, yeah, I suspect we'll see the PS5 version of it as well during that time. So, it looks like Helldivers 2 file size on PC has been reduced by a staggering 85% from 154 gigabytes to roughly 23 gigabytes with the help of Nixus. Which is that's crazy compression, right? That level of compression is nutty as hell. Alright, Darren. Yeah, that doesn't really... Well, for a consumer it's great. But for Sony, that just sounds like a bad idea. Oh, did you reply? They use a duplicate method to improve load times of assets for HDD. They're in process of removing the dupe to reduce size, which will affect those on HDD. People on SSD will never needed it, so wouldn't notice a difference. So is the versions on Xbox and PlayStation along the same lines in size then? That's an interesting point. How big is it on Xbox? Helldivers 2. Let's have a look on the Xbox app. Is it even available on the Xbox app? I don't think it's available on the Xbox app. It is not available on the Xbox app. I'm not going to put my Xbox on to figure it out. So if it's on at xbox.com, great. If not, someone can look it up. Helldivers 2. Does it have file size? Somewhere it should do. It does not. Oh, it's 24 gigabyte on console. Okay, so it was just the PC version. Alright, that makes a lot more sense. That's a little less impressive now. Yeah, that's a little less impressive now that it's, consoles already had it at that. I honestly thought it was, do you remember that tech that we saw, Steve, that you sent me the article about it quite some time ago, where Nvidia, I think it was Nvidia, they were doing that compression thing where it could reduce the file size by an enormous amount. Well, I guess it was mainly for the VRAM, not for hard drive space. But it would reduce the amount so you could get like a lot more going on than with smaller sizes of VRAM. I was surprised. I actually transferred a couple of games over to my HDD the other day just to back it up there because I didn't want to re-download it. And when I booted them, they actually worked. I was like, oh my god, what is going on here? What form of sorcery is this? PS6 will be a hybrid PC with Epic Game Store. Oh, can you imagine? Epic Game Store. Oh, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious, Paris. But yeah, I booted up a game on my HDD and I was like, oh my god, it's working. What sorcery is this? I genuinely did not expect it to boot. But there I was, dumbfounded. It booted and ran perfectly fine. Obviously, it took a little longer to boot, but I was still shocked that that was even a thing. I only think we know for sure that PS6 will be an Xbox. I had this really weird discussion that was going on. It kind of started off talking about PlayStation and Steam, right? And then you had a bunch of PlayStation fans coming in saying it's never going to happen, all of this. And then one person turned around and said, well, at least I can play Doom on my Samsung fridge. And then that devolved into someone else saying something else that they could play Doom on. And then I came in with the fact that you could play Doom on your on living bacteria. And the whole conversation just derailed into what you can get Doom to run on. The bacteria one, of course, because that is a living organism. But still, the fact that it was like... It was a really weird kind of segue into just talking about Doom and what it could run on. But it was quite impressive that the guy got xCloud to work on his Samsung fridge LCD. That was pretty that was pretty impressive. So I think we can all agree now that the Samsung fridge is an Xbox. Hey, Power Boss. Now, can you imagine if the PS6 decided to partner up with Epic Game Store? That would be hilarious. Still waiting for you to contract severe E. coli and play Doom on stream. I'm still waiting for that box to arrive. Waiting is the name of the game. Now I can migrate Helldivers 2 from the HD to the SSD. Yeah. Yeah. I ended up sticking with the Xbox version. It kind of... I really don't understand why Helldivers 2 didn't go down the route of making it cross-save between all of them. Like, I don't understand why that's not a thing. The cross-save function should really have been a thing. And it was originally supposed to be. I don't really understand why they didn't go about it in the end. It's kind of sad. But I really think that that game could have really benefited from cross-save. Because people, buying different versions of the game would have, it would have been a thing. They would have made more sales, in my opinion. PlayStation becoming an Xbox. You better get on it because it takes 600 years to finish. No, so the plan here is, Steve, I'm going to start it, and my future generations over the next 1,000 years are going to finish it. I've already got something in place planned. Do you know what, Banisher? On this occasion, I will give you credit. Not all devs are as cool as Ubisoft when it comes to that. Ubisoft are amazing, except for The Division. You absolutely suck for The Division. But for other games, it's fine. But you absolutely horrendously suck with The Division. So, you know, it's not all sunshines and rainbows there too, but they're probably better than most. Most Xbox fans probably realize where gaming is going. We're getting to an age where you don't need a console to play games. Ghosty, yeah. I mean, look, dude, I'm gonna do a whole video on it, but after I got my TV, I got everything sorted. The other day, I was testing out a number of games using xCloud and GeForce Now, and honestly, it ran perfect. Obviously, I've got a good internet connection, but it just ran perfect. You know, I was playing Ninja Gaiden 4, I was playing a bunch of other games, and I noticed no issues, no hiccups, no glitches, nothing. And I'm using Wi-Fi as well, not even a wired connection, which is sacrilege, I admit. But it's a wired connection, and it was still perfect. Like, I didn't notice anything. Cloud gaming is where it's going, ultimately. I mean, I could do what Walt Disney did and freeze myself, but that won't solve the problem. But I guess I could start it, freeze myself, have someone in the interim play a little bit, come back, play a little bit more, and then freeze myself again for another 100 years. But I think you can only freeze yourself for so many times before the body stops working. What do you think the statue is? And don't just name Xbox IPs. There's other IPs as well. I think it's Halo. Internet gets cheaper, PCs get more expensive. Yeah. It's as easy as that. What do you mean just don't die? Uh, do you guys want me to tell you what it is? The statue? I mean, you've probably seen it already. But mate, if he could become immortal, he would. It is not Elder Scrolls 6. It is more likely Elden Ring 2. It's already been confirmed, not Elder Scrolls, not Diablo. At first I thought it was Saros. I know I joked about God of War in the Discord, but I thought it was Saros. It is not Saros either. It is not God of War. It is, based on this, looking like it is Elden Ring. And this is the only one Jason Schreier has not dismissed. Jason Schreier has publicly dismissed all the others, but this is the one that he hasn't. Half-Life 3 would be funny. But Gabe has already said, right, that he wants Valve to go back into software because he feels like they're missing out on part of it and he wants to go back. So maybe we're going to see Half-Life 3, Portal 3, Team Fortress 3, you know, Left 4 Dead 3. We're going to see all of these version 3s finally making their way, which means it will open the road for stuff like the Steam Deck free and Steam Machine free and so forth. You know, the Steam Frame free, because at the moment they're limited to 2 versions of the devices, which is probably why they're waiting so long for the Steam Deck 2 to come out, because that's going to be the last one they ever release, because they can't do a number 3. They're allergic to that number. It's sacrilege within Valve. That's the point, pal. They can't count to 3. Whose greatest IP? There's a random alligator? There is, isn't there? I think it's somewhere at the bottom. So yeah, we're gonna find out sooner or later. We're gonna find out at the showcase, which again, I'm going to be streaming on the 11th at probably 11. It's a Thursday, so that's my last day of work as well. Yay! For the holidays. So I'll be streaming from about 11:30 p.m. and we'll be streaming the whole of the showcase. So the normal stream time won't be from 8 o'clock because I'm always on time, but it will be around 11. You think it's an Elder Scrolls 3? I honestly thought this was for Saros. The awards are on the 11th, so not this Thursday, next Thursday. This Thursday, we're going to be checking out the PC Most Wanted awards, so hopefully you guys will join me for that. Why am I not surprised, Darren? Elder Scrolls or Diablo, that's it. They've both already been said no to. Mate, apparently Ezio was completely rejected in the Assassin's Creed Shadows timeline. The OG was left out. I didn't notice, but is that true? Did Ubisoft literally just turn around and just banish Ezio, the OG? How could you even stand for that banisher? How could you let that happen as the CEO of Ubisoft? I don't even know how you even allowed something like that to happen, man. Which one is the OG? I have no idea. I've got no inclination for Assassin's Creed. Well, Ezio's missing from there anyway. Yeah, Jason blocked me ages ago because I called him out on his journalistic writing and he didn't like it. Hey, Chaos. Can you, I mean, you want me to eat a Chinese meal? Okay. I could check that out this Friday. Wait, no. Will I even have time? This is Democracy Manifest. Yeah, they're adding third person on Avatar, aren't they? Which is kind of cool. Yeah, so on one... Yeah, so I've actually changed my eating habits a lot at the moment. I've kind of gone from a complete meat eating person to I still have like very tiny bits of meat, but not much. But I've kind of gone like 85% vegan vegetarian and 15% meat, or more like 90% vegan vegetarian now, as opposed to 100% meat. So it limits what I can buy and eat now. What if the statue is for an upcoming film or TV show based on video game? Yeah, I honestly thought Fantas. This was Saros. I always thought it was Saros. The She-Hulk actress was fired or quit. That's a shame. I actually liked her. By the way, for those of you that haven't played Still Wakes the Deep, that game is coming off Game Pass soon. So if you want to play it, it's not a long game. I think it's like 8 hours. About 5-6 hours long. Maybe 8 hours long. Check it out before it's gone. Or you'll have to buy it. Apparently there's a Helldivers movie coming. There's a God of War movie coming. Which is kind of cool, right? I like video game adaptations. They always suck, but I enjoy them for what they are. We'll need to buy it. Dude, just sit down and play it. Just smash it out. Oh, then maybe you don't have to buy it, Ghosty. But yeah, so the latest thing for this is that it's Elden Ring 2. I still think it's Saros, but, you know, they're making compelling arguments for this being thing, but this does have Saros written all over it for me. Well, there's no time like today. So, another month in the Steam hardware charts, and the 9070 XT, 9070, 9060 XT, and the 9060 are completely absent. Something else that I was really surprised about, I actually went and did Googled around for comparisons between my graphics card, the 3090 Ti, and the 9070 XT, and they are basically on par in terms of performance. That's crazy. That's crazy. Obviously, mine has way more VRAM on there at 32 gigs, so it's going to be better. But in terms of games that weren't utilizing all the VRAM, they were pretty much neck and neck on thing. This is not that much, and the 3 series is old now, right? You're talking, you got the 4 series, the 5 series, we're slowly edging towards the 6 series, and yeah, I think AMD need to start performing better. But as you can see from here, there is nothing for AMD in here. No one is buying their hardware. But the most popular one, surprisingly, is used is a 5070, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I do want to go and collect all the cans for Stellar Blade, Ghosty. But I do need to finish God of War Ragnarok. The game was so boring, but I still want to finish it because I know they're going to make another one and it's going to be a sequel to Ragnarok. But my god, that game was so boring. It was really goddamn boring. Like, it was like watch paint dry boring. And the scenes with his kid, Loki, were even worse. Did I buy Ryzer? Not yet. But I am. I've spent way too much money this month. I can't afford to pay any more money. Anything I've got now is... I've got a bit of money that I'm saving up, and I'm putting that aside for a CPU, which I found out today AMD CPUs are going up in price as well, which kind of sucks. So I think I'm just going to leave the money there in a pot until the prices go back down to normalization again in about 5 years. No, I haven't. I've been meaning to check it out, but I haven't had a chance yet. Honestly, I've been just pushing videos out quite a lot recently, whether it's on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, on YouTube, and that's been taking up a lot of my time. I've also been a little unwell, so gaming wise, I've had very little time to game outside of what I've done on stream. Well, it was implied after the first game that he was Loki. So, well, no, the Giants did call him Loki. Your money's quite less. The only AMD cards on there, the 7670. No, there is no AMD. There's no AMD cards on here at all. Oh wait, there is. I totally missed those. It's a 7600 XT and a 7800 XT. That's it. No one, the actual 9070. The new cards aren't on there. That Marvel Comic Invasion is great fun. Day one on Game Pass is awesome. Yeah, Jaeger 6, we're going to be playing that on Friday. Yours better than those? I don't actually know where the 3090 would appear. I think the 3090 is better than these anyway, so I'm still doing good. And anyway, it's still carrying me for a little bit. So that's kind of okay. I thought the 5070 Ti would have been in here. It is, but I thought it would have been a bit higher. Is the price difference between the Ti and the 70 really that much more? I get the 5080 being down here because the 5080 at this point is like, what, £1,300? Which isn't bad, but it should have been a little cheaper. But yeah, it was in the prophecy. But it was interesting to see that the 4070 and the 4070 used to be the most popular. And then the 5070 eclipsed it. Which is, the 5070 is a good card. It is a very good card. I don't see any Intel graphics cards in here though. $50, $70, $500 to $750. $58 is £1,000. Everywhere I've seen it's been like $1,300. But if it's gone down to £1,000, that's not bad at all. But now, without if the rumors for Nvidia are true and the VRAM is going to not be applied on there, Samsung have also made an announcement saying that they're not going to oversupply the market because they don't want to flood the market and then have the situation where the price crashes too much. So what they're going to end up doing is letting this situation go out and play itself out. Oh, the RRP price is 999. Okay. Yeah, the OEM price is fake, right? I mean, they probably had like 2 in stock for OEM, and that was it. And they'll maybe bring back like 1 in stock every like year or 6 months. But yeah, Samsung SM Tech, I think it is, if they're called. They're not gonna kind of oversupply. They've said they're not gonna do that, and they're gonna benefit off the high prices of requirement. Jesse, when did you get it? What version did you get? If you got the 360 version, it's currently not available for a free upgrade. But Rockstar are aware of it, and they are in contact with Microsoft to try and resolve it. Yeah, Darren, you're living in La La Land, mate. I don't even think Bungie believes that. Yeah, so it's probably the 360 version. I mean, if you got the... Yeah, it's probably the 360 version. But yeah, it's currently not available for the upgrade. But they are aware of it, and they are working with Microsoft to resolve it. That's the... Yeah, so that's where we are right now. We just have to wait and see until Microsoft and Rockstar come to an agreement. But yes, you know, Nvidia supremacy here. They are completely and utterly dominating the situation. Graphene OS? What the hell's that? Not gonna lie, I've never heard of it. Is a private security focused mobile OS with Android app capability. In March 2022, Graphene app, OS apps, secure camera, and secure PDF viewer were released. Okay, so they're just like a app creator. Are they actually an OS? Ah, it's a sandbox. That's interesting. Well, sucks to be France then. But yeah. It doesn't look like the mobile 5090 is in here. Just down here. The desktop version. Do you think they're going to release a 5080 Ti or a Super, or they're just going to skip it this year? Oh, I think I actually saw this. It's like a really high-tech anti-hacking software, right? It stops anyone from gaining access to your phone. I remember seeing some videos on this and how it works. It was pretty cool. It basically blocks out all sorts of attempts to gain access to your phone. So pretty high-tech stuff. Jake Paul or Anthony Joshua? Anthony Joshua. But Jake Paul pays a lot of money to these people. I mean, you saw how he paid off Mike Tyson, right? So Mike wouldn't knock him out. You saw how he paid off the Mike Tyson. Like, you could see he was telling him to calm down in that fight. So, yeah, Jake Paul's just saying. I mean, all Tyson cared about was the payday, right? He just wanted the money. He didn't care about fame or anything. Floyd knocked him out twice. So this is the picture that you sent. Damn. Damn. Good money. Alright, so let's talk about this. I think it's bogus. I pretty much said that in my video. But according to Hip Hop Gamer, this is apparently landing. Steam is coming to PlayStation 6, confirmed. Along with this, GTA 6 PC port, RTX 5080 card, it runs great. Now, the part with the GTA 6, in his video, he was talking to an AMD rep, and the AMD rep said it runs great on a 5080 card. Whether that was staged or whatever is unknown, but the rep himself said it, so I don't know if he was supposed to say that or if it just came out blurted by accident, whatever it is. So that's interesting because normally Rockstar likes to double dip with their games, but it'll be interesting to see if it does release day one in 2027. Although pre-orders are available now, so you can pre-order now and, you know, have it paid and then wait until 2027 for it to land. That said, his claim that Steam is coming to PlayStation 6 confirmed is a little spicy. Now, he is adamant that it's happening. The rest of the world is probably saying no. He has been right on a lot of things in the past and wrong, right? He's been wrong as well. But what do you guys think? Like, what does Sony have to gain from doing this? Because I can't see them gaining anything from doing this. So, what do you think? Man, if GTA 6 goes day one on PC, that is going to be crazy. I think, look, I reckon, right? If GTA 6 gets announced day one for PC, the PC Master Race are going to break the internet. They are going to destroy all those that opposed them and laughed at them, saying, GTA 6, you're not playing it. Yeah, that's not going to happen, Woodpit. The shareholders won't allow them. The shareholders won't allow them to do that. And they run the show. Hey man, Paris, the PC Master Race are everywhere. They will stand there and talk until there's no end. I think the Nintendrons are probably the worst. But the PC Master Race comes in... Honestly, I think the Linux Bros are starting to beat the PC Master Race. They're just weird. But I don't see why this would benefit... I don't see how this will benefit Sony. It will benefit their player base, but Sony losing that 30%, which they rely on for their exclusives or for their first-party games, I just don't see them doing it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Steve. You know, after I posted the video yesterday, I was like, this is an AMD rep, and he's saying 5080. Why is he talking about a 5080? But I had already posted the video at that point, so there was no way for me to retract it. But it did make me think, like, that's a little weird, because he's getting fired. But Paris, do you honestly see there being any reason for Sony to even go down this road? I mean, I get if they went with Epic Games Store, that kind of makes sense, but this is not so much. If Steam was coming to PlayStation 6, would it be due to Windows OS or their current version of Linux OS? I think it would be through Linux. You know, they're using a... It's not even Linux that they're using to be per se. They're using like a branch of Linux. It's called FreeBSD, which is essentially a custom-based OS. It's FreeBSD 11's kernels. So it's running off one of the kernels. This custom OS is referred to as the Orbis OS, or simply, while its kernel is based on FreeBSD, Sony makes modifications, customizations, and blah blah blah. But yeah, it's actually FreeBSD. It's not entirely Linux, but that's the closest thing to it. The kernel can work with Linux, and so yeah, it'd probably be through Linux. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Paris. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, to me, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know. I really don't know where Hip Hop Gamer came out with this. But hey, we also, when he turned around and said a year and a half ago to 2 years ago that Halo wouldn't be on Xbox, I mean on PlayStation, we all said it was crazy then too, right? Yeah, I can't see them affording to lose that 30%, which is why I said, you know, their first party games rely on that 30%. Without that, they're gonna, you know, their first party support, which is now one game a year, is going to cripple even more. It'll be like one game every 2-3 years. I just don't see it happening. Hip Hop is telling us his own wishes. Maybe. There's not a day that goes by where Sony doesn't copy Microsoft. I know. He got it from the same source he stated. PS5 will have native PS1 to 3 back compatibility confirmed. Yeah. I still don't see why the PS1 doesn't work on the PS5. Right? You know, the PS3, when it had the PS1 backwards compatibility, it was just a tiny chip, man. They could have put that in there. I really don't see why they would have removed it. That one doesn't make sense to me. The PS1 especially. The PS2 Emotion Engine is... They've reduced that to such a tiny chip now. But it was confirmed. True. Hey, I'm not disputing it. I'm just having a discussion, right? Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, Paris. I think he gets a lot of his stuff from vendors. You know, not directly from the the source of the thing coming from. So, yeah, I think it's like a case of Jez Gordon, where his sources tell him one thing and the reality becomes something else. You know, like Jez's sources told him it was Diablo 4 expansion, and then it turned out not to be Diablo 4. sources can mislead you as well, I guess. I think there might be more truth to that than there is. But hey, we only have to wait like what, a year or two to find out if he was right or wrong. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at this and I just don't see any reason for Sony to do this. It goes completely against their business model. It goes completely against their, business structure and how they fund their games. It's just counterintuitive to everything that they're doing. And for that reason and that reason alone, I just don't see how they can do it. What's it say? Is that for real? Jesus. Once human are about to get in trouble. Hey, Calendros. The Xbox Hybrid and Steam Machine is hurting the pennies. I mean, the Steam Machine, I think, is just... I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it'll look fine. And I think it's going to serve its purpose. And I think it'll be alright. I don't think it's going to really compete with anything. I think it's just going to be there and be an option for Steam. I think really when they start releasing exclusive games on there that will only work on... I mean, they can't even do that because the next Xbox is going to run it. So, yeah, I don't really know why the Steam Machine exists. Although I kind of... I guess there is... I can see what they're trying to do. But time will tell if it's working. If it's going to work. I mean, on PS6, they're already kind of using a branch of Linux. They're doing... they use FreeBSod, which is a... It uses a kernel of Linux, but it's not really Linux, but yeah. No hate towards the Paris. To be honest, I think people that leak info should be jailed for 1 year. The first time, 10 years. The second time, life for third. Put a stop to all the bullshit information. Honestly, I think part of it is done by the corporations themselves. They want to push that stuff out themselves. So I think part of it is, Prosper OS, yeah. Apparently it's not. From what we had this discussion not that long ago. It's more Unix than Linux. It's more Unix than it is Linux. So it says here, FreeBSD maintains a complete system, delivering a kernel, device drivers, userland utilities, and documentation, as opposed to Linux, only delivering a kernel and drivers, and relying on third parties such as GNU for system software. The FreeBSD source code is generally released under permissive BSD license, as opposed to the copyleft GPL used by Linux. So it is different, but they can think. Suppose you said the truth will come out eventually, and we will see whether it has Steam or not. And more importantly, we will see if he'll be humble enough to admit he was wrong. he claims a lot of stuff, and when people don't credit him for it, he's out there. And I think people should be credited for the things that they claim as the first, but you got to be humble and accept when you're wrong as well. Like me, for example. One day when I am actually wrong, I will be humble enough to admit it. But, I'm not going to say I'm always right. I'm just never wrong. So until I am wrong, then, we continue. Apex, that could be the case. I just thought it was interesting how he was very sure. And I do believe someone has told him, that this is happening. And he wanted to break it. Mate, I'm never wrong. It's very interesting about what he has got right. E.g., Halo on PlayStation. If people say things enough, eventually. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you throw enough stuff against, if you throw enough crap against the wall, eventually something's going to stick, and you're going to go, yay. So there is that mentality. But I feel like he has got a lot right. I don't think this is correct. I mean, even as Paris said himself as well, there's just no reason for Sony to do this. Sony pretty much is in a position right now where they're getting everything. They don't really need to do that. Sappho, whoever's saying that is mentally challenged. And not in a good way. Well, no, there's a difference between saying there's a rumor and thing, and then there's a difference between saying it's confirmed. Saying it's confirmed is crazy, right? Because business decisions can change between now and then. Lots can happen. But if you're saying it's confirmed, it's happening. So I suspect when the time comes and it doesn't appear on there, people are going to call him out. And we'll see how he reacts. But if it does happen, all of you in this chat that are saying he's chatting rubbish, you're going to have egg on your face. So there's two sides to this humble story. Oi! Oi! Stop it! Oi! You gonna make me get up? Yeah, that's what I thought. Mate, I got these scratching carpets all over the house, right? I put them on the wall, I put them on the floor. I bought a ton of them on Black Friday because they were cheap. Just so he can scratch it. He will find the tiniest space on the floor that is not the scratching pad and go scratch the carpet. I don't get it. I just don't get it. At this point, I'm pretty sure Oreo is doing it on purpose. Like, I'm serious, right? This whole screen that you're looking at, 99.9% of it could be a scratching mat on the floor, on the whole display. And there'll be that 0.01%, that 0.1%, right? He will go to the 0.1% just to scratch it to piss me off. That's why. Yeah, the dog. But then the dog is just going to go and chew all my shoes. I'd be very surprised to see Steam on PS6. I think it's not happening. There's no reason. Sony needs that 30%. He's a cat. You will never understand a cat. Hey, earlier today, I touched the paws of my cat, and he turned around and smacked me one. And so I looked at him and I said, "Yeah, okay, let's see how you want it." And so for the rest of the day, he just kept on trying to snuggle up to me to say sorry. To forgive. They know what they're doing. They know how to play and how to manipulate us. They made good chow mein. Vondels? Yeah, I agree with that. They are. I mean, the biggest thing that everyone's competing against, Sappho, is the one that you said, free to play. Free to play games right now are, in my opinion, dominating. Except for the first Ascendant, that is having a slow death. I think they're slowly realizing that just having titties and ass is not going to make the game succeed. But everyone else that's actually putting out good games is doing well in the free-to-play market. I tell you what was really weird, right? So there's a game called Duet Night Abyss. And they removed all the gacha from the game. And then you've got like games like Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, Honkai Star Rail, Zelda Zone Zero, Arknight Enfield, which is about to come out. You've got Ananta, you've got NTE. All of these games that are gacha games that people are playing and spending a metric ton of money in. But the consumer-friendly Duet Night Abyss is hemorrhaging players like there is no tomorrow. Because they removed all the time gate and they removed everything from the game and said, hey, you can have everything. So everyone went in, got everything they could get in like, what, a week, 2 weeks, maxed out everything, and then said, right, we're done with the game. We're not spending any money in your game. We're not playing your game because we don't have to. And off we go. And so I don't think we're going to see many more of those games coming. The experiment, in my opinion, failed. I mean, right now, Taylor, with the way RAM prices are going and everything's going, it's crazy. I'm really concerned at what the next generation consoles are going to cost. I think they're going to be very expensive unless we see, the situation in the market stabilize itself. But with Samsung and Semtech, I think it's called, Semtech, saying that they're not going to rectify the problem because they're not going to flood it in case they lose money. I don't see it resolving itself until potentially 2027. AI is just absolutely destroying RAM like there's no tomorrow. And now VRAM is about to get affected by this as well. So it's mental. I don't think Diablo. I don't think Sony care. Sony is going to get 95% or 90% of all Xbox games, right? And we could probably assume that's going to get closer and closer to 100% in due course. With the games not going, basically being due to the fact that studios can't make multiple versions of the game at the same time. So with that happening, they'll have both the PlayStation games, Xbox games, and PC games are going to go over there anyway, outside of the games like Repo and stuff like that. But they're more engineered towards the PC community anyway, not towards the console community. So those sorts of games just won't sell well on a console, so they won't release it. So, yeah. Like that Paul's game I played the other day. I thought it was quite fun, but it's not really a console. You know, the console isn't really the market for it. I see that more as a PC game. Everyone bitches about time gating, but companies have been doing it for decades for a reason. It is, because it keeps you coming back. It keeps you engaged, and it keeps you playing. That's the bottom line. They removed the time gate, they removed everything, and the game is suffering for it. It's a decent game. It's got a lot going for it, but you can max out everything and move on really quickly. And these free-to-play games rely on you coming back day after day, so you don't get bored of it and don't run away. SSD will increase too as they use NAND flash. Yeah, everything is increasing, man. Like, I was hoping to get away with spending like $1,500 for the CPU, motherboard, RAM, probably about 1,000 to be fair, and then that would leave the graphics card. But now that £1,000 is looking more like £2,000 just for that stuff, and I'm just not in a position to pay that, or I just think it's ludicrous to even pay that. When are we getting Redfall on PlayStation? Never. That's the 0. That's one of the 1% from the 10 that's never going. Alright, is still not on console, correct? It's weird because I agree to a certain degree with that, Sappho. They don't care for single player games. They just want multiplayer games. And these games like Repo, Lethal Company and stuff like that really appeals to them when they're playing with their friends. All these indie games are way more attractive to them. Games like Duckov are way more attractive to them. I don't understand it. It's, you know, I'm not of that generation to understand it. But it's just the way it is. I mean, Steam has been winning for a long time, right? Ubisoft said that they won't put their games on there. Eventually they did. Battle.net said they wouldn't put their games on there. Eventually they did. EA Origins said that they wouldn't put their games on there. Eventually they did. Everyone puts their games on there, right? You had Bethesda's launcher. That went away as well. Now they're on thing. So Steam will just get everything. And honestly, if Steam actually turned around and did what Tim Sweeney suggested, you wouldn't have Epic Game Store today either. But Valve was more interested in making money. Fred Rippy. Fred Ripper, Jesus, it's like a fifth. I saw a PC for £50,000. I think it had like 2 Fred Rippers in there, 3 Fred Rippers. It's crazy. Or was it 1? I've always 50 grand. Crazy money. Now, what you can do, Steve, is just get me 64GB of CL40. Get that box. Get that motherboard. And the 9950 X3D. Not the X3D2. I'm not going to be greedy here. The X3D. And I'll be very happy. There you go. There's my wish list for my angel investor. And then I'll be totally fine. 100% without a shadow of doubt. Hey look, I said I'm not going to be greedy. I could go for 6,000, but then that would be me being greedy, right chat? Back me up. If it was a greedy person, they'd be asking for like all the latest tech. But I don't want to be greedy. I want to be reasonable. So there we go. Chat, who thinks my requests were reasonable? And not greedy? Most games that come out just seem to disappear, honestly, Raichi. I know it's timing. And CL40 is a lot cheaper. The other ones are way more expensive. See, that's reasonable. See, I'm being reasonable here. Hey, look, I tell you what. Since you don't like it, I'll let you send me a 64GB upgraded version of your choice. Shinzo, I have to admit, you are one of the weirdest people I know. You're not Alex, are you? Look. It could be like an alternate account that I didn't even know. You're not actually Alex, are you? That's like 2 nanoseconds, sir. No, I said upgrade. That's a downgrade. I don't think your English is working. But then you are up north. You call dinner tea, which is weird. So it's totally understandable how you would mistaken that. But hey, it's almost Christmas, so that would be like a great Christmas gift for me. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see when if this becomes true or not. But hey, I suspect if it doesn't become true, a lot of people are going to be tagging him. So hopefully he doesn't start blocking people, because that will be kind of horrible. Diablo, I just saw your tweet, and you will eventually get the upgrade. Over Black Bond? What's going on with that? Look, Shinzo, I know you want me to say it so AI can pick up and you can get me to say anything you want. I know these things. I ain't saying it. What do you mean, why? DDR1 is... Hey, he's getting Dance Dance Revolution with the map for me. The arcade edition. Let's go! That would probably do wonders for me to lose weight as well. I knew you always thought about my well-being, Steve. You're even talking about Dance Dance Revolution 2. Do you know what? As long as you're getting the complete setup for me with the metal mat and everything, I'm all in, mate. Do it. I will set it up in that corner over there. You're going to see me as fiddle as a stick in less than 2 weeks. Shinzo. Cry harder. I can't hear you. 360 users are going to get the upgrade. They just haven't sorted it out with Microsoft yet. But here are some cool games. Okay, that was not what I wanted to do, but wanted to enlarge that picture. But yeah, we've got lots of games coming to Xbox Game Pass. Available today, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. It's available on cloud, PC, and Xbox Series X and S. Really cool. Coming soon, Monster Train. Basically everything. Then we're on December the 3rd again. We're getting Spray Paint Simulator. There's a lot of these. There's even a anime shop simulator coming soon as well. 33 Immortals is coming now with Game Pass Premium. Okay, so that's going to Premium. Spray Paint is going to Premium. Monster Train 2 is going to Premium. It looks like Lost Records is Game Pass Ultimate, Premium, and PC Game Pass. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is now going to Premium on the 4th. Routine, which would have actually got a really good rating, is sitting at 79 Metacritic because one of the publications decided to give it a 4 out of 10, whereas everyone else was giving it 8s and 9s. So I really want to try this game out and see what it's like. It sounds like fun. Available on day one with Game Pass. Again, a game about digging a hole, Death Howl, Dome Keeper. All indie games, I suspect. Mortal Kombat 1 is coming on the 10th of December. Bratz Rhythm and Style on the 11th. And in case you missed it, Clover Pit, Marvel Cosmic Invasion, Total Chaos, Young Sons are available right now. Oh, good enough. DLC updates, Sea of Thieves, Dead by Daylight, and Power World are getting an update, and so forth. Leaving soon, Mortal Kombat 11, Still Wakes the Deep, Wild Frost on December the 15th. So you have, 13 days to spend. Even if you spent 1 hour a day on Still Wakes the Deep, you would actually finish the game. So no excuse, Gorsty. Carrion is leaving on the 31st. I still haven't checked that game out. Maybe I will just before it leaves. Hell Let Loose. And yeah, that's it. That's the games leaving. Hey, look. Woodpit. Not why. Memorize. Yep, they are digging that hole. Power Boss. You can take that any way you actually want, but they are still digging that hole. Hey, CYU I4B. Don't give me a better name to call you. But how you doing, buddy? Carrying is fun. MCM 1940 it is then. Which game is that? See you? Oh, you're Big Bad Money. Ah. You know, you can, if for those of you that have lost your nickname, if you go to your account, you can set your... YouTube now has a handle that you can select, and it will basically act as your nickname. You just need to set that, and then you'll get your original name back. Well, whatever your nickname is. But yeah, YouTube has basically got rid of the nicknames and has added handles now, so they want you to use that. I feel Microsoft uses coming to Premium to make it seem like Game Pass gets more games than it does. I mean, I think they should do a better job in differentiating what is going there. Right, let me see if I can find a better picture of this real quick. Alright. So I really think they could do a better job in the way they do this. I think they could have like a section for Premium and then list the ones in Premium, list the ones in Ultimate, and list the ones that are just PC. I mean, you got this one over here, World War Z, which is the first time I've ever seen this, by the way. But these are essential. These are coming new to the lowest tier. Right? You got some Medieval Dynasty, Stellaris, and World War Z. So these are coming to essential. And I think they can just do a better job with this layout. This layout is just horrible. They could have Ultimate, Ultimate Premium, Premium, PC, and Essentials. And then they can just list them along, and I think that would just be so much more clearer to the end user to see what you're actually getting. But the reason they do this is likely what you say, Jesse. It's to show that there's more coming than meets the eye. Didn't you use yours, Steve? You've got your CSM back. Calandros, it is. This is intentional, 100%. This is done this way to, as Seth, as Jesse says, to kind of just show that you're getting more than what it's saying. It's 100% done deliberately this way. But I just think it would be a lot better if they didn't do that. So it looks like Sledgehammer Games is hiring developers with Nintendo Switch experience for Call of Duty. It's finally happening. The Switch 2 is going to get Call of Duty at some point. I suspect they might get a version of Call of Duty 7 later, but most likely it's going to be the next CoD that lands day and date on Switch alongside everything else. Hey, Grey Fox. Oh, right, you was T800, wasn't you? Could have called yourself T800 Series. Where's all those ABK games? They're a myth. Dude, they're never coming. I'm telling you, they are never, ever, ever coming. You're going to get drip-fed 1 or 2 games every year, maybe 3 or 4 games a year, and that's it. You're never going to get the full rush like you did with ZeniMax and Bethesda games. That's not going to happen. If it was, it would have happened by now. It's just not going to happen. Internally, they've realized that they would just lose way too much money, and so, it ain't going to happen. As far as they're concerned, people getting Call of Duty for free every year is good enough. And maybe 1 or 2 games every now and then going over to Game Pass. I want a remake of Blinks, but hey, we all can't get what we want, right? But maybe one day, right? Yeah, Grey Fox, they are. Much to my dismay. Too closed the game with current gen. I have to admit, the Switch 2... Oh shit, I almost spilt my drink. The Switch 2 is doing remarkably well. And Metroid has decided that it's going to... It's really funny because I've been watching a couple of clips that people are posting for Metroid, and it just reminds me of Halo. Right? And then I found out that a lot of the 343 developers that got fired from Microsoft after Halo Infinite and the other Halos, they are the ones, a lot of them are working on the new Metroid. So it kind of makes sense. You want a Teely remake? Do you know, I don't even want a Blinks remake. I just want the next Blinks. A new Blinks. I think, yeah, I agree, Rachel. I think they could take that and actually do something with it. I think it could work. UE5 Rayman could be amazing. The problem with that, Rachie, is every time you're running to jump over that little ridge, it's going to stutter and you're just going to drop down. And that stutter will be timed perfectly for every single jump. And then you're going to have an absolute nightmare. What's up, Chitty? Give us the back catalogue and time the new one for 6 months. I think that's what they should have really done. Honestly, I don't think they should have put Call of Duty Day One on Game Pass, but they did, and you know, whether that's working for them or we don't know if it actually how many numbers of Game Pass users are brought in or whatever. Not that it really matters. That's for Microsoft to sort out, not me. The way I see it, I will enjoy Game Pass as long as it's here. When Microsoft deems that it's no longer sufficient and they need to stop it, then we go back to the way of old. But by that point, I suspect a lot of things will have changed anyway. The Alice Wonderland on the 360 is what I want for Rayman. So you want a psychotic woman running around with blades chopping everything all over the place as if she was on acid and mushrooms? I mean, I can see Rayman cracking and going down that direction. I'd like the Splinter Cell remake to actually appear sometime in along with pop-up and Beyond Good and Evil 2 remake. Yeah, Good and Evil, I don't think it's going to come. I think that's eventually going to get cancelled. But it looks like the original director for Splinter Cell has landed. It's come back, innit? So that's all good news. Did Halo free to play make it look cheap and bad? Halo free to play? Oh, you mean in general? So here's the thing. In general, when people go and buy a game, if a game comes out and someone buys it, they're more inclined to play it because they've paid for it. That's in general. It's just human thing. If the game is sitting there on a subscription service, then they know it's there. It's always going to be there as long as they're subscribed, especially if it's a first-party game. So it doesn't matter when they play it. Now, for these companies, day one sales or day one engagement is really important. And subscription services can do that. Like, there are games that I wanted to play day one, I haven't, because I know it's going to be there and I'll eventually get around to it. And by the time I eventually get around to it, I probably won't play it because it's on the subscription service. It's just a mental kind of thing, and a lot of it's the way people generally are. Now, I'm not saying everyone is like that, but I'm saying that's the kind of complacency with subscription services. When I see free-to-play games, so free-to-play games have a bad stigma, right? In the past, free-to-play games used to be trash. They used to be money grabs, and they used to be just horrible games. No gameplay mechanic, one button press, AFK simulator. But today, that's no longer the case. And, China has made that abundantly clear with their games, right? Genshin Impact completely took the world by storm. It was one of the fastest companies to hit 5 billion in revenue. And since the success of Genshin Impact, you're seeing a lot more games coming in that vein. Let me show you a game real quick, right? Let me show you a game. This is coming to, I suspect, PC and PlayStation. Because they usually have exclusivity on these sorts of things. Alright. So before we continue with the thing, let's just check this out, right? Let me see if there's audio. There's no audio. Let me fix the audio. So this is a gacha game. I believe it's a gacha game anyway. It's the new Helldivers kind of open world style of game that's gonna combat Ananta and NTE. Just have a look at it. Just check it out.
If you've been suffering from insomnia, nightmares, or mood swings, you may find these images unsettling. Back then, I had no idea.
This is free to play, by the way.
Maybe that wasn't the real me.
You lost belongings due to mind rot? Please visit that counter over there. Mind rot control.
All right, thanks.
How can I help you?
I'd like to join Seal.
Okay. You'll need to go through the interview process first. This is your application form. Read the instructions and sign to confirm. Once you sign, we'll verify your consciousness. This may cause slight discomfort.
Twitter is in this.
Let me see. Consciousness
Good, someone caught onto that.
completed. Preparing the interview. Your number I07. They'll call it out through the announcement system, so please pay attention. It may take a moment. This area is open to visitors. Feel free to look around while you wait.
I mean, it's crazy, right?
Although organic matter is more resistant to decomposition, mind rot can severely affect mental health. If exposed, seek medical help immediately. Rest assured,
Man, this game is totally taking the piss out of Twitter.
Clear affected areas and reverse the mind rot's effect on your property. Welcome. You're about to observe the process of mind rotting. Note the
Let's forward it a little bit to get to some of the areas. Because it's a 30-minute video, I'm not going to sit here for 30 minutes.
Hello?
But it has a very Control kind of vibe to it as well.
Yet another hollow one.
A hollow one? What?
Your straw-filled mind wanders the wasteland inside. Still, you're haunted by a nameless lie. You don't know who you are. I see your true self. You're no hero. I'd say average at best. An officer has come to collect you.
Hello. I'm a shuttle patrol officer, Sayuki. Congratulations on passing the interview. Follow me.
The interview? That guy was an interviewer?
He's a well-regarded senior member of the Shadow Bureau. We call him Mr. Shadow. He interviewed me too, back when I first started. Mr. Shadow has a keen eye for people, so if you got in, it means you've got a seal of approval.
Graphically, it looks great,
I
right?
can't see anything.
Just a minor precaution. The Bureau's interior can't be perceived by outsiders. But you can still see me, right? Just stick close. Vivian! I didn't see you there.
Forward it a little bit more.
Wait just a moment. What's this meeting about?
Lens adjustment.
Sure, on it. Actually, I could use some help. Would you mind?
Let's get to the gameplay. More gameplay. But this is a free-to-play game, right? And it looks great. It's probably going to play great, and it is going to make a shed load of money. So free-to-play games now are way more than the crappy games that they used to be. And honestly, they put a lot of these companies to shame. That, you know, and it's not like they've got bad stories in them. They've generally got really good stories in them. So it almost feels like, you know, the games that you're paying for, they really need to step it up. Have a good night, Steve.
Great job. Go through that door and catch your breath. You've earned it. What's going on?
The exit's blocked, and there's mind rot in the chamber. Don't touch it if you want to live. Just opened a new route for you. Up you go.
I mean, that's like, it's pretty cool, right?
Take the stairs. Run quickly.
What's the matter?
Mind rot readings are off the charts. Any trouble downtown?
Yeah, there's a code red in Oakwood District. Can you let the rookie out?
Already on it.
Yeah, Silver Palace looks great as well.
Got more of these bastards to deal with. The exit route is at 60%. Try to keep it together in the meantime.
That's more than a rookie can handle.
Where are you going?
I have to help.
The route's unstable. You'll be trapped inside too.
Then make sure to get us out. Hold on, I'm coming.
You're sealed off. Damn. The chamber's unstable, but I'll get you out.
Copy that. I'll clear the monsters to reduce the mind bog's interference.
I mean, it's creative.
Is that door working? Your power should be more effective.
And it
against
looks
the
great,
dark.
right?
Leave the suits to me. We'll need to fight till Simmons opens the exit.
No, Paimon's original voice actor is gone. And she burnt so many bridges. She's done for. Her career's finished. No one will ever hire her again. She completely ruined her career
Nicely done.
with what she did.
We make a good team. Area
Let's forward this a bit more.
Want to join SEAL?
I'm looking for my killer. Not the most altruistic goal.
They are Sappho. But the good thing,
Right, but who doesn't love
if
secrets?
the story is
As long as
engaging,
we serve the
the
Bureau,
content
isn't
is
that
there,
enough?
A fair point.
what's wrong with
We
that?
share
If
the
they
same
continue to
goals.
deliver the content
You
you
have a way
want,
with
the
words.
story's keeping
The
you
Bureau
engaged, the
needs your
gameplay's
help with
keeping
the
you
Mind Rot
engaged,
incident. Prove yourself worthy of this.
we don't know, Woodpit. No, we saw that, Calandros, with the whole,
This may be my chance
files.
to ask about the killer. Sir, do you happen to know an officer that uses a snake scale umbrella?
Oh? Why the sudden interest?
I like that you got different options as well. It looks like it actually matters in this
I owe
one.
my life to this courageous officer. I want to thank them personally.
Expressing gratitude. What a rare trait. I'll help you. Await my message. Welcome to Seal.
And this is the open world. Like, how amazing does that look?
Boys Park, ready for cleanup.
Sit here. On the scene now.
Requesting additional sun response in Oakwood.
This is V. Be there soon.
Bruton Hill is
They got
expanding.
destruction.
Code yellow. Looks like someone's already flagged it.
Unit 08123. 5 minutes out.
So yeah, this is essentially vice versa. But to say like free-to-play games are bad, or you know, they don't have any effort put in, or they're just not worth looking at, is not the case anymore. And the problem is, AAA games and AA games are having to compete with this. Right? They're having to compete with this.
The rain of thought never stops.
Nicely put.
And Rachel, I agree. It's a shame that Xbox won't get these day one. Chances are Sony's already signed contracts with them already. I mean, it's Hoyoverse, so Sony will get first dibs. They get first dibs on all Hoyoverse games.
Everyone's favorite SEAL officer. It looks like that ad campaign
Is there anything else going on here? Oh, so this is the other character. Silver Palace. But yeah, free-to-play games have definitely come a long way, man. They're not the drivel they used to be. They've definitely moved ahead. Let's just do the official reveal trailer.
We have a big case on our hands. Dozens are dead, burned to ashes. You may be the best detective.
But Sylvania isn't the best city there is.
The city is like liquid silver, always changing. What is true might not always stay true.
Arknight Enfield, this is what I'm saying, like free-to-play games have definitely moved ahead. So people saying that, you know, they're bad, it's not the case anymore.
I
I need an assistant.
I'm Alf. I'm here for the interview. You shall become my knight in her stead.
Look who it is. You're not welcome in Sulfurnia.
Do not talk to the detective with that tone.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
Rip.
Besides fire, there's another
Poor
way
guy.
to turn the skin black. You know what it is, but it's just too peculiar.
It's Bags. It's because they're running off Unity most.
The clock strikes 12. This is the night.
Whatever they
Unless you're talking about waifus, they sell.
Admit it. You don't have what it takes to be the bad guy.
They make way more money than husbandos. But it looks good. You know, this almost reminds me of Tales of Arise, right? Which is a fully priced RPG. In terms of aesthetic, this reminds me a lot of Tales of Arise. But this looks like a really cool game. Even got that whole Inception thing going on.
You are the author.
You know, not having it realistic just means you can run your imagination wild, right? But yeah, this is the thing. I mean, I completely got segued a little, but yeah. So free-to-play games are definitely a big problem for fully priced games because they just offer more content. They offer way more content. They may have bloopers every now and then, but the amount of content that they offer you periodically every 6 weeks is a lot. And that's where they shine. So, Insider Gaming, moving on from free-to-play, decided that they are going to put this headline out there. Does anyone see a problem with this headline? Call of Duty is getting a Street Fighter crossover. You got Goku, I have no idea who that is, but Chun-Li and Ryu having assault rifles and machine guns, which looks weird, right? But what's the problem with that headline? I've actually got a video coming out about this because it's just atrocious. So definitely check that video out because it goes into, I'm going to go way more in depth in there. Should land in about an hour or so. You know, Activision promised that they would not be doing this anymore, right? They said that... Exactly, Calandros. You see, you're buying into the clickbait. You're buying into the lies of Insider Gaming. So they are saying Call of Duty is getting a Street Fighter crossover. And then when you click in the article, it's Call of Duty Mobile, not the base game. It's not Black Ops 7 getting this. It's the mobile version of the game that's getting the Street Fighter crossover. But they didn't put mobile on here because they wanted to not only clickbait, because people are going to get outraged by it, but just outright mislead their consumers. I do think that COD should go to bi-weekly, but they'll just lose too much money. And with the game going to Game Pass, I don't think they can afford to lose any more on that. I know they gain a lot through microtransactions, but I think that's the reason you're not going to see yearly. So this whole thing is for Call of Duty Mobile. But you've got PlayStation fans turning around and telling me that this is acceptable. Tell me how that is not BS. I mean, I get all of that, but seriously, like, how bad of a headline is this? Like, this isn't even... I mean, this is really bad. But then when you find out who actually wrote this article and the headline, it makes a lot more sense. Do you remember when Power World came out? When Power World came out, they actually... Insider Gaming's... the guy that wrote this... They actually contacted PETA to try and get Power World banned. You remember that, right? It's the same guy that's doing this. The same guy that when Power World came out, he was so butthurt that it was outshining Pokemon. He contacted PETA to try and get them to cancel this game and make complaints to Pocket Pair to get it shut down. He actually tried to do that. This is crazy. I know. It's not like you can boot up Final Fantasy 11 now, or World of Warcraft, or Final Fantasy 14, or any other MMO. Go outside the city and commit complete genocide on rabbits and flying creatures that are pets and stuff outside until you get to level 10, because that's the only things you can kill. Unless you come across jagged-eared rabbit outside of Southern Sandoria, then you're absolutely going to get your face kicked in. But, you know, it's not like you're doing anything there, but Power World, they actually contacted PETA for it. How sad is that? But that's the same guy that's basically doing this. I hate to tell you, Dark Blade, but no one actually believes it either. If only you were here for the discussion, man. It would have been a lot. You would have known that already. No one believes it's going to happen. But time will tell, and we'll find out when when the time is up. You know, people will buy Chun-Li for 2 reasons. Of course! And it's going to be for COD Mobile too. I've been hunting everything. Cross my path in, where winds meet. That's what I'm saying. It's like... this article, this headline really irritated me. Like, I don't get irritated by a lot. But when there's clickbait and then there's actual misleading and lying, right? And that's where this lands. This isn't even clickbait, right? This is just outright lying. And this one really annoyed me. Like, really, really irritated me. People would... Oh, you had to go there, man. You had to go there. Of course you are, you pony Bruno. Our media in the US lies to us on a daily basis. Yeah, but this is unacceptable, man. Yeah, because he's making this sound like he's referring to the desktop, the console versions of Call of Duty. He's not referring to the mobile version here. If he was... because 2 versions of the game exist, you've got Call of Duty and Call of Duty Mobile. They are 2 separate games engineered for two separate audiences. By not putting mobile here, he is completely lying here. You know, it's completely misleading. Because it matters when you're talking about it. It's because all this poster's done, didn't these bums say no skins like this? People are just believing in what they say. Obviously, the smart ones are actually updating it properly, right? Don't know what it is. Call of Duty back on track. So it's already created. All it was is for the clicks and to create that bad stigma, right? That's all it was for. It was to create the bad stigma, and I hope this is fake, and so it begins. What a joke. Do you see what I mean? The whole purpose of this was to create fake outrage and get people posting on there and reacting in a negative way. It's just absolutely disgusting behavior. You installed COD Mobile and got scared. Honestly, I think COD Mobile plays really well. I just the microtransactions on there is absolutely atrocious though. But yeah, absolutely horrible. We've already talked about this briefly. AMD are preparing a price hike affecting its Ryzen 9000 and older chips, with changes set to go into effect tonight. Which is sad because my wishes of upgrading my PC are dwindling every day with these price hikes, which kind of is pissing me off, but it is what it is. You know, they need to stop somewhere, man. Things have to normalize at some point. But the price hikes are going to continue, which is sad. So the Metal Gear Solid series producer Noriaki Okamura says it would be tough to bring over Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of Patriots to basically PC or PlayStation 5, which is a whole lot of bollocks because it already runs on on PC via emulation, right? The hardware at the time required a very particular design to produce 3D performance with the technology available at the time. MGS4 also has quite a unique code. It seems it would be tough to bring it over now. I just don't understand with games like this why they can't put it in a emulation wrapper and push it out. Test the emulator to hell, make sure it's fine, and then push it out. Like, why can't they do that on PlayStation? I mean, you can play this right now on PC with a PS3 emulator. So to turn around and say that it's not possible and it's difficult and all this, you're either basically saying that the audience that's reading this is completely retarded and stupid to the point where they don't understand anything, which is probably what they're aiming at, or they're incompetent to do what I've just suggested. And I don't believe that they're incompetent because they're smart people. So, it makes me think of the latter. Why can't they go with an emulation wrapper around the game? They have so much censorship they need to do. Wait, ain't you thinking about Metal Gear 5? What was the need to censor in Metal Gear 4? Bruno, that is correct with the thing issue, because they're not going to oversupply the market in case the big boys like Nvidia and Microsoft turn around and say, hey, we've got enough now, we don't need any more, and so they're scared that they're going to oversupply the market, when in reality what that translates to is, we're going to kill the supply and then charge you 5 times the amount, and you're going to pay for it because you don't have a choice. And the rest of the world just gets screwed over while they're waiting. Which sucks. I mean, it may get to the point where I sell my 64 gig of DDR4 RAM and get what I can for it, and then top it up with whatever I need to get the DDR5. Doing that though will mean I don't have a PC until, you know, I get that. So that's going to be the last thing I buy. So in that event, you know, I could be offline for like 2-3 weeks. But that's the worst case scenario. Or I'm just gonna wait. Only cultured people would play. He doesn't know about the photo scenes. I know about the photo scenes. They changed them in Metal Gear 3, didn't they? To what they look like now. That was so sad. In Metal Gear 3, they actually went to the actress and took pictures of them as they are now, as opposed to what they were originally in the bikinis, and put updated photos. I think that was such a sad thing to do for Metal Gear 3. They should have just kept it original. My R5 5600 GT. Nah. Originally, I wanted to get a 4090, but you can't get those anymore. And so I'm probably going to now wait until the 6 series for a graphics card and try and get one when they come out. Unless Steve is going to still send me that graphics card. And that's when I turn to eBay. Yeah, you can make a lot of money. Vince, yeah, exactly. They're just not going to do that. And they've given different reasons for not doing it, but the ultimate reason is, as you say, they're enjoying maximum profits right now, so why should they do it? Yes, Bruno, I already know that. I just keep joking about it. Next, steel aluminium will go up 500% and PC case prices. Well, thankfully I'm happy with my PC case. I still think they could find a way, Chili. There's no reason to have to port it. But they're not even talking about the technical side, the censorship being an issue. They're talking about the technical side. Splinter Cell. We mentioned this briefly a little bit. Splinter Cell remake director David Grivell has announced to rejoin Ubisoft Toronto as the project's game director. So he left and the project died, and now he's come back and the project has restarted, which is awesome. I really want, you know what? One of the things that I want to do, because I haven't replayed the Splinter Cell game. There's a number of the Splinter Cell games I haven't played anyway, but I've wanted to like kind of sit down and play through the Splinter Cell series again, because I just don't remember anything about them. I loved when they were on the Xbox. So there's a number of them that I haven't replayed, so it might be fun to just sit down and go through all of them. I don't think that they're very long games anyway, so we could probably smash them out in like a week of streaming. Because I'm going to be on holiday soon, so I'm probably going to stream a lot of games. Oh, in Chile, I almost lost my property in Final Fantasy XIV. Almost. I saved it in the nick of time. They didn't even email me to tell me that my property was up for demolition. I feel so betrayed. They are harder than I remember. I'm built hard, mate. Yeah. Alright, have it, mate. See? I walk in there into every room and go, alright, governor. You want a knuckle sandwich, eh? Yeah? I'll be proper Vinny with them. I've got my PC case is I think it's a Corsair 5000D. It's an amazing case. I think it was like £150, but seriously, like, it's spacious, it's clean, the cable tie leads are really awesome. Really nice case. Airflow is amazing. It's pretty much directly built for airflow, which is great. That game should have come out 5 years ago. Of course it should have. You don't say it's replica. Continuing on, IO Interactive CEO Hakana Brak confirms Hitman series will continue. So of course there will be Hitman 4. Man just casually let out that Hitman 4 is in development. The team is first focusing on bringing co-op to the existing game, calling it a really, really good extension to the universe. Now, I can say that the VR side of this game that I've played on the PS5 is really good. It's really fun, and it's really intuitive the way it works. I've got my review on it on my website, on my channel as well. I've got my review on it on my channel as well, so definitely check that out if you want to have a look at it. But it's really fun the way it works, and they did a really great job with the VR. I can see the co-op side of things. I think I can't remember if it existed or not, but I'm guessing it doesn't. I can see co-op being really cool in this, and missions being really smartly developed for it as well. So yeah, Hitman evolving. Finally, this is my final piece of news. You all have 1 month left to enable Bluetooth mode on Stadia controller. Now I'm going to link this in chat for those of you that have the controller that haven't done it yet. You basically connect it to your PC and it will basically you click a button. I think let me see if I can go and see. Yeah, pretty much here. You plug it in and click switch to Bluetooth mode, and it does it for you. It enables Bluetooth on your controller so you can use it on your PC. If you do not do this, it will become a brick. So if you do have one of these controllers, do it before the end of 2025. Otherwise, it will just be a brick or a boomerang or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. Link is in chat, so get it done before it's too late. They are nice controllers. That said, that's all she wrote. I am going to be streaming on Thursday, and on Thursday we're going to be checking out the PC event show, so hopefully I'll see a bunch of you there. On Friday, we're going to be doing the community night. So again, I hope we'll see a bunch of you there on Friday. Next week, Tuesday, will be a normal stream. And Thursday will be the Game Awards. I will be streaming from 11 o'clock my time. So I won't be starting at my usual time for the stream. I'm going to start quite a bit later. But I'm going to have a placeholder up for it, so you guys are aware. But it's going to go into the early hours of the morning for us in the UK. So be prepared for that. I think the last one went till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to stream it all the way through, and we can react to it live. My son is very ill. He's very, very ill, unfortunately. We don't really know what's wrong. He's just really, really unwell. He's having difficulties in just breathing at the moment. We're keeping a close eye on him. He's coughing and everything has just gotten really bad. It's been like 2.5 weeks now. He went to the doctors today and they've given him stronger antibiotics to see if that will fix it. But if it doesn't fix in the next few days, then we're gonna obviously have to take him to the hospital and see what's going on, because he's not getting any better at all. Will do, man. He's upset that he can't stream, but he's just not well enough to stream at the moment. Yes, my son. Yeah, he's really, really bad. He was going to go to the GP today. It's not even far. He couldn't even walk to the GP. So I had to pretty much like carry him to the GP so they could look at him. He's like super kind of like weak and stuff. I think it's just the virus that's going around, because it affected me a little bit, but it hasn't hit me. But then again, I've been staying away from him because I've got like, with my health condition, if I contract what he's got, I probably will go straight to hospital. So I need to be careful as well. But, shit happens, and if I have to react, I have to react. You know what I mean? He's my son at the end of the day. It's just whatever this virus is that's going around, it's hit a couple of people at work as well. Knocked them out for like 2-3 weeks. So I'm hoping it's just that, and that with the right meds, it's going to clear. So it won't escalate. So they've given him, stronger medication today. So hopefully that will start to take effect tomorrow. But yeah, I'll pass on your good wishes, man, and get well wishes to him. And yeah, he'll appreciate it. But yeah, he does apologize for not being able to stream. He does want to, but I've been telling him to just stay off, because it's get better first and then stream. But yes, sorry to end it on that sour note. Trying to end it on a more happier note. I can't find anything. Let's see. What can I end it on a much more happier note? Alright, let's end it on this one. Let's end it on this one. Let's all laugh at this person being stupid, thinking that the image quality is going to make a difference when you're looking at it at 30 and 60 FPS. Yeah, I can't believe this guy actually thinks that a game running at 30 and 60 FPS is going to be graphically different. Yeah. Double streams when it gets better. Alright, folks. Thanks so much. We actually got 3 subs tonight, which is awesome. I don't know why my thing wasn't working, my alerts, but thanks so much for that. And yeah. I'll see you guys on Thursday for the show. It starts at 8 o'clock, so I am going to be going live earlier. I'm not going to be late. You can hold me to that. I'm not going to tell you how earlier I'm going to be, just in case I am late. But I am going to be earlier, which means I'm not going to be late. Later on, people. Peace out, boys. Hey, that's not how it works. I said I'm going to go live before 8 o'clock. Now, if I give you a time before 8, then you're going to say I'm late. So I'm not going to give you that time before 8, so I can't be late. Night, boys.